Hi, it's Miss Stacy again, and I'm going to be reading this book called Where Do I Sleep? A Pacific Northwest Lullaby. And the Pacific Northwest is where we live. It's Washington and Oregon, and it's all around where we live. So I have a feeling that you have maybe seen some of the animals in this book. And if you have seen some of the animals in this book as we read along, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. So this is Where Do I Sleep by Jennifer Blomgren. Where do I sleep? Just offshore in a bay, I rest on the surface and dive when I play. Look out for my mother and me when you sail. We're gentle and mild. I'm a baby gray whale. Have any of you seen a baby gray whale in real life, or even an adult gray whale? I have not, so I'm going to give a thumbs down. I've seen them in books and on TV. Where do I sleep? On a pillow of grass. I nap on the tundra as long hours pass. The sun in the summertime always stays up. In Alaska, my home, I'm a gray wolf pup. Have you seen a gray wolf pup before? Maybe at the zoo, or maybe in a book. Where do I sleep? In a den snug and warm. While winter storms blow, it's here that I'm born. When spring comes, I'll go and look for some grub. Fresh leaves and bugs. I'm a brown bear cub. Have you seen a bear? Where do I sleep? On an island cliffside. In a nest under rocks, I quietly hide. You might see me fly near the seashore in the spring. I'm a baby horned puffin called a puffling. Where do I sleep? At the edge of a tide, beneath the green waves where the seabirds ride. Watch out where you wade so you don't step on me. In my tidal pool home, I'm an anemone. I've seen an anemone at the beach. Where do I sleep? In a drifting kelp bed, I lie on mom's belly, the stars overhead. Lulled by the rise and the fall of the water, close to the shore, I'm a baby sea otter. These are my favorite animals at the zoo. I love the sea otters. Where do I sleep? Overlooking the sound, in a big nest of sticks, seen for miles around. I nap and grow feathers. I'm not quite as regal as my mother and dad. I'm a baby bald eagle. And sometimes, have you ever seen the bald eagles circling around when you're outside playing at Llewellyn? They live near there. Where do I sleep? In a soft grass-lined nest, where tender spring boughs hide the place that I rest. My mother sings sweetly and tells me to hush. At dusk and at dawn, I'm a wee hermit thrush. Right there. Where do I sleep? Underneath the low trees, close to my mother, my head on my knees. Someday I'll be grown and my spots will be gone. I dream of that now. I'm a black-tailed deer fawn. I've definitely seen a deer, have you? Oh, spooky. Where do I sleep? In a cave dark and deep, where all of us hang upside down by our feet. My home is as black as a Halloween cat. I fly in the night. I'm a young brown bat. That would be pretty fun, to sleep hanging upside down by your feet. Where do I sleep? On the high mountainside. Way out in the open, I see far and wide. With little black hooves and a snowy fur coat, I'm sure on my feet, I'm a young mountain goat. Where do I sleep? In a well-hidden place, wearing rings on my tail and spots on my face. Someday I will roam in a wilderness lit by the bright moon and stars. I'm a young cougar kit. If you have a cat at home, they look a lot like this, just a lot smaller. Where do I sleep? Between far northern lakes, where the thickets of willow act as willow brakes. Rambling the forest, my legs long and loose, I'll grow up to be a magnificent moose. Where do I sleep? You can hear my sharp call from a mossy nest behind a waterfall, where the rocks are worn smooth as an old satin slipper and the soft mist is cool. I'm a young water dipper. So it's a type of bird. Where do I sleep? In a cool shaded stream that shimmers like silver as I drift and dream. Swimming downstream to the sea by and by. I'll return when I'm grown. I'm a salmon fry. A little baby salmon. Aww. Where do I sleep? In a den underground, lined with the velvety grass. It's where I'll be found. In a russet red coat with sooty black socks and bright golden eyes, I'm a baby red fox. What kind of sound do you think he makes when he's yawning? Can you make that sound right now? I think it would be like, where do I sleep? In a web that I wove of glistening threads. It's a real treasure trove. When dewdrops sparkle and day becomes lighter, look close and you'll see I'm a garden spider. There's a lot of those around right now. Where do I sleep? In a bunk bed down low. The top bunk is where all my stuffed animals go. I have my own blanket and teddy bear too. I'm a little human child, just like you. Thank you for coming and reading with me.